And just like that, we are live on the first go even.
See, okay, that means the audio is not picking up.
Yeah, something else will go inevitably wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, something else will go. So, we'll see how it goes. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Hello.
Happy Thursday.
It is
what's so
indeed
good about
Thursday.
It's game night. That's what's so good about it.
It
is game night.
Yeah. And it's arbitrarily the first episode of season 3. So there's that.
Hey.
Yeah. So
new season. Who dis?
Yeah. New season. Who dis? It's Macrityr. That's who it'd be. Cool. So any exciting news for season 3? Has anyone had anything else pierced or I mean,
let me show you real quick. Just a second.
Yeah, cool. Is it stream friendly? I don't.
No.
Cool.
It has a stream and it can be friendly.
Yeah. I mean, Amanda lost her eyes. So
nowadays stream friendly.
And Brad will be joining our work collective. So.
Ah, yes.
There's that.
Congratulations, my condolences. Yeah.
When's that happening? Were you smart enough to do the 2-week thing, or are you starting like tomorrow?
No, I got to do I'm doing the tests tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
He's getting his blood tests.
Everyone imagine tomorrow Brad's peeing in a cup.
Yeah.
Does anyone know where he's being placed? Did they tell you where you're going?
I can't. I don't think that's no. Yeah, no one knows that. Yep.
Okay.
Later.
Just check.
Well, to be fair, after Jesse said something about new people, he's like, "What new people? Like we aren't friends with Brad."
So now all of our players officially work at the same company. So look at that.
Well, Brad, depending on how it goes, buddy, congratulations or my condolences, buddy.
Exactly. See, told you.
Congratulations.
I'm just gonna say.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Hey man, it's not hard work, really.
It's really not.
And so
Yeah, some people make it hard though.
Yeah. Well,
that's the downside. But we're not gonna go into that.
Some people work really hard at not working. I mean, and that's true.
Yeah. That is very true.
Yeah.
So anyway.
We're playing a game.
One of us.
What is game?
Yeah. Well, so last week we had a nice little April Fool's event where everyone nearly died or died, and then it was all a dream. But then after that, we arrived at the town of Macrityr for the very first time. You guys got led into the gate by Darren. I believe that's his name. I put it in my sheet. You guys were let in by Darren. He had some papers and whatnot to allow you into the place. And you got just a quick general sense of the city. It's a very diverse place. Lots of different types of people here. Lots of commerce. You guys had some drinks at the inn. Fiamma had a nightly encounter with an orc. And everyone else pretty much had some drinks. Melody had a nice conversation with a bard by the name of Imogen, who was a halfling, who gave her some general information about the town while they sort of sat and conversed. Wildheart had a conversation with an elf.
A white elf.
Yeah, well, yeah, a not dark elf.
Damn.
Yeah. What was his name? I think it was Carter. I feel like it was Carter.
No, I couldn't hear it over the sound of my people's crying.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. Gray had a nice snuggle with the dragon, who learned the phrase "Papa," I believe, right? Yep. Mist was eavesdropping on some people, but didn't get a lot of information off of that.
Nope, got drunk as hell though.
Yep. And
I learned about a terrible bar on the other side of town.
Yeah, the Sunken Cunt.
Yes.
And so you guys eventually went to bed, and the next morning when Gundry came by to fetch you, to finish the mission of delivering Darren to his location, he let slip that Darren is a prince. A prince of what we don't know, but a prince nonetheless. And it seems as though he didn't necessarily want you to know that information, but the cat is out of the proverbial bag, I guess. And so we
sometimes, because I have the cat bag.
Yeah, Tyrone. Tyrone desired to be fed. So now you guys.
And the insult stick ran out of jokes because it used the same joke on me twice.
Yeah, well, the insult stick was drunk.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right, and let's pull up the dice roller. I don't know why we would need that for any reason, but you know, dice roller. And so you guys, if you can see on the map, are right here at the entrance of this. What is this place called?
Macrityr?
No, the inn itself. I think it's. I believe it's.
I sure do wonder.
I was
what
thinking the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, what?
No. Yeah. So I
How much meat did you drink already?
Yeah, I've had half a liter. No, not half a liter. A quarter of a liter right now.
Okay.
The empty flask was the name of this inn here. So you're out front of the empty flask, and when you walk out the front door, there's Darren and Gundry standing there. Do you issue good morning or any of that kind of stuff? What do you say as you walk out?
Fuck Darren. Fuck Gundry too.
Is that what you say walking out the door?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, okay.
I'll say, good morning, oh mighty prince.
So Darren looks over at Gundry, and he's like, Gundry. And Gundry's like, sorry, man. I was collecting him this morning. I just woke up. I was a little hungover, and I may have let slip. I may have called you Prince, Darren. And he's like, seriously, man? And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And so Darren just sort of like looks at you, and he says, no need for titles. Like, it's not even a thing. It's just don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna be like, good. That was sarcastic.
Sure.
No problem, my prince.
Yeah.
He's like, shh.
Everywhere we go, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, my prince.
He's like,
Does your royal liege fit better?
He's like, no, serious, guys. I need you to like, you could get us all in a world of trouble. Just could you not?
Have you never dealt with this?
You're in a world of trouble being with us, dummy.
I can create a world of trouble. It's fine.
He's like, and Gundry's like, okay, guys, seriously though, like, it's important that people not know, honestly.
All right, Prince S.
Sure.
I can't remember. Did I tell anybody what I saw when I looked at Zermos Desires?
I don't know. No clue. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't think
I think you did tell Gray on the way out, and I think I was there. Yeah, because you were saying he was like, I don't know if he's here for what reason he's here for, and you're like, he was here because of a girl.
Oh yeah, he's here for a girl.
Right.
And I was there, so and I also asked, and he said the heart wants what the heart wants. So we were both telling Gray.
Yeah, because I
Weren't
told
we
him I was
in the
gonna
cart
eat him if
at
he
that
lied.
time?
No, this was the next morning, so you didn't hear.
Well, fine.
Unless
I don't
you-
want to be in your guys' club.
Well, I mean, unless
I
you
don't
were
wanna
over
be in
there
our
in the other
guys'
room.
club.
No, whatever, Melody. Just remember,
Okay.
I still got your gold.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Did you
I
really
got you,
want to be
miss.
up there with the two new
Fiamma
wonders?
says. So why did we bring the
Because both
prince
of
to
them were
smash
naked.
you?
So,
Just saying.
Gundry says, all right, so now that you've all had your fun, we're headed to
Prince.
the
S.
the tip of the peninsula to where the last remaining Church of Lu is, and Gundry's going to meet a contact there. We'll stand guard outside as he does so. If you'll just sort of follow me, and he sort
No
of starts.
problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, he starts leading you,
Sure.
and you guys start walking. And I mean, it's just a small stroll. It's not like you guys are like running or any fast pace. It's leisurely-ish. So you start making your way back sort of towards the gate entrance this way, but instead of going to the gate entrance, you come over here and you start crossing the bridge to the other side of the channel there. Once you cross over to the other side, you do notice there is a difference. So the area you're in was pretty nice and fixed up. This is not that it's
We're in the slums.
not that,
great. Now
not-
we're in the poor people.
Not that it's dilapidated, but like it's definitely like more sort of commercial industry.
Not as sexy as the
but
main
like-
town.
but like industrial. It's a lot more industrial on this side.
Is this a liquor store and that's a pawn shop?
Probably.
Maybe.
I was gonna say that's a cash advance.
there's $3 generals. All right.
There's the strip club that burned down.
Yeah.
I remember that from my childhood.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait, sorry.
You do notice there's some construction going on towards the center here, and you continue making your way. There are a lot of these facilities right here on the water look to be sort of like storage and loading areas. So there's a lot of like large carts that are pulled up to these areas, and a lot of sort of what would look like large storage areas with like barred gate dooring and stuff like that. You sort of continue to make your way, and you get to about here, and you see a very large building, and it's the Merchant's Hall. Melody, Imogen has sort of described it to you, so you sort of know when you see it that that's what it is. And you see a lot of various different races, and a lot of them are dressed nicely in and around this building, coming in and going out of it. There are several guards surrounding this building. The entrances, people who are going in are sort of flashing like a coin. You can see, like, as you're walking by, they're showing a coin to get in. So you pass by that. Do you guys stop to take a look, or are you just passing by?
I would like to pick someone's pocket. And
I knew that was coming.
Aw.
Knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I was
Is it
like,
a regular
he's gonna...
gold coin or a special entry gold
well,
coin?
I mean,
I feel like it's a special entry gold coin.
Yeah. What kind of person are you trying to pickpocket here? Are you trying to pickpocket one of the nicely dressed people?
Whatever one that just walked out that damn door that I know has a gold coin on their ass.
Okay, so you see somebody walking out. Okay, yeah. So you see coming out of the entrance. Hey, look here. What do you see? I got for you. There's at least 3 different people walking out around the same time. One of them
you're gonna end up picking pocket on a fucking mat.
One of them is a troll. He's wearing like a 3-piece suit. And then you see another one, a gnome. The gnome is wearing sort of a nice red tunic and leather slacks. And then you just see like a regular human, and the human is also wearing a tunic. His tunic is green. And he's wearing some silk pants. So
I choose one of them. I don't care. They probably both have the same thing.
okay, so pick one. Pick human, gnome, or what was the other one? Troll.
Human will probably be easier because he's the same height and build as I am. So
Okay, roll on dexterity for it.
sure, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. So how do you pickpocket him?
I just walk by and I stick my foot out a little bit, and as he trips, I go to catch him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh man, be careful what you're doing there, buddy. Good thing I was here, man. You have a nice day." And as I did it, I snagged one of them coins from him.
Okay. Cool.
I snagged the coin.
Yeah. So he when you catch him, yeah.
You might want to examine that coin now.
No. Hold on. There's the interaction, right? So
Mike is gonna explain some things.
yeah. You see, you trip him, and you do manage to sort of lift.
Oh,
off
I didn't
him.
trip him. He tripped over me. That's how that went down.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you catch him. You catch him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh God, I'm sorry. Sorry, sir. My bad. I must have misstepped or something. But much obliged." And he sort of like is dusting himself off. And he says, "Oh, so what are you here for in the town of Macrityr?"
Just tooling around. I've never been here. This is a beautiful town.
Says, "Oh yeah, you'll love it. I highly recommend dropping by the casino. It's a good time if you got the coin to spare. I mean, it's the house always wins, but sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky."
Casino, you say?
He says, "Are you a merchant by chance?"
Even though Grace cared.
I am actually I am a merchant. I own a place down where I'm from.
He says, "Oh, are you registered with one of the merchant branches?"
Around here, no.
He says, "Oh, okay." He says, "Definitely. If you're a merchant and you want to do business around here, I highly recommend me telling you something." He says, "I highly recommend you dropping by the Port Authority. You can register and get your merchant's license for the area that'll allow you to trade in the town here. That's just across the river on the other side. If you look across the river, and he sort of points, and you can see he's pointing sort of at this building over here. He says that's where the Port Authority is. They handle all the official documents for trade and commerce. And then once you get registered and everything's approved, you can enter here in the Merchants Building. A lot of deals go down here in the Merchants Building." He says, "Just between you and me, I just brokered a deal that's going to have me set for life, I think." And he says, "So definitely check that out. I mean, this place is one of the greatest trade ports in the known world, if you ask me." He says, "So yeah, hopefully I'll see you around." He says, "You staying around here anywhere?"
I'm sure I will, but I haven't decided yet, my friend.
He goes, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm staying over at the Duskwild," and he sort of gestures off in this direction. He sort of You can see, so he's pointing at sort of this building over here.
I'm sorry, man.
Faintly make out the board. And he says, "Yeah, I'm staying over at the Duskwild. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's a good place." And he just starts heading off in that direction.
Okay. All right. I would like to inspect what I grabbed.
Yeah, so yeah, he gets a little ways away, and you inspect the coin, and it's larger than a normal coin. So I would say it's like the size. Yeah, like a coaster. Yeah, maybe a little smaller than a coaster. So the size
like a
of
50-cent piece.
No, like the top of like a Coca-Cola can, right? The rim.
Yeah, okay.
It's like that size, right?
So almost like a medallion.
Yeah, like a medallion. So yeah, on one side, it has the emblem of like the Dwarven Empire, which is like it's kind of like a hammer, and like some like rough looking ore behind it. And on the other side, there's a picture of like wheat. It's a picture of like wheat. So.
Okay.
Yep.
And what would we call this thing?
It's a merchant's medallion.
All right.
So.
Sweet.
Yep. And so all this is going to transpire, and so you've fallen back behind the group a little bit, and at this point, Gundry looks back, and he sort of says, "Oh, what is he doing?" Does anyone answer?
Who cares?
Do I hear him say that?
Roll discern realities. See if you hear it. Yeah.
All right. Discern realities.
Wisdom.
I'm never good at this. Yeah, I know. No, I don't.
Nah,
hear shit.
You don't hear shit.
It's loud, it's noisy, and you're kind of dealing with that whole transaction and inspecting the coin.
I'm like, Gundry, you should know by now that this group tends to be distracted.
That's a good answer.
He's like, "Look, I don't know crap about this group other than we've been traveling for 5 days. You complain the whole way. All right, I'm just trying to get the job done like you. All right." He says,
"Ooh, someone's a saucy bitch."
He's a little hungover.
I was gonna say I didn't complain even a little bit, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna continue.
Yeah. He yells back and he says, "Mist.
Yeah, man.
He says, "Come on, try not to get separated, okay?"
Cool, dude. Don't worry about me. I'll keep up.
All right.
He's an adult.
So he sort of continues. And you guys, you come around this way, and obviously at this point, you know, even from the merchants area, you can see like the Colosseum. It's such a massive building, and so you start walking around this side of the Colosseum, and it's like I said, it's just sort of huge and massive. And you get around towards the front. The entrance to the Colosseum is just here. Doesn't look like there's any activity at the Colosseum at the moment, so it's just sort of there. And as you get towards the front, you do notice that the streets are getting more and more crowded, though, and you can sort of make out some signs. This here is the casino, and it is called the Proper Pauper Casino.
Sounds like it's time to go into crippling debt.
Man, I don't know.
How much is it to buy the casino?
Gundry needs a Gatorade and to get laid. I'm sorry.
Listen, if you need some leg breakers, I can light them on fire.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're just walking by. There's a lot of people coming in and going out. It's sort of filled to the brim. There's people spilling out of the entryways. And there are a number. Like I said, there are a number of. You can see the other buildings there, and they're just sort of various things. Some of them labeled, some of them not. So Gundry continues to lead. You know, there's a small little outdoor market. There's people selling some produce right here, and you can see there's sort of a church area. There's a number of buildings here and there. As you come down these steps, there is a sign, and it does say the Second Church of Lu, and he's sort of escorting you, and as you get sort of down this way, you can see like there's sort of cemetery and a number of other buildings for various purposes. There's this little mansion right here, and Lu leads you right to the front of the church. I don't believe, sorry, Gundry.
I was like, wow, he's
God
back?
himself comes
God
down
himself
and leads
comes
you
down.
to church.
And as you get close, Gundry sort of like talking
Sky Daddy.
to Darren, and he's like, I don't even know why these people are worshiping. I mean, clearly he died, you know. He says, you know, the world's been thrown into chaos. These people are still worshiping a dead god. I don't get it.
Hey, Gundry, have you found the insulting stick? Because I think it's up your rear.
Gundry is like going to entirely ignore you.
I know.
Yeah, but when you say that, Tyrone kind of like pops his head out of the bag, and he's like, you ain't lying. That dude's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
I like that this is the shit on Gundry squad.
Yeah. And then Tyrone says to you, he's
Well,
like,
it's kind of Gundry's fault, but whatever.
Tyrone kind of says, you know, I kind of want to scratch him and then like poop on him. And you carry it, and the insult stick kind of whispers to Fiamma, and he's like, so you walking funny, or you know, you just sore?
Shut up, or I'll use you for a crutch.
That
He says-
excites the insult stick.
He says, I can insult you. I can support your body, but I ain't no emotional crutch. I mean, that's what you really need.
Damn.
I have daddy issues. No.
This is the squad of daddy issues, but whatever.
I mean, he says, I mean, maybe celestial daddy issues.
Yeah.
Even though your god's a woman, I think. So, but
Mine, Alpan, yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, and so you guys sort of arrived at the front, and Gundry sort of looks at Darren, and he sort of like freshens him up. He like makes sure he's got his collar is nice and stuff, and he says, all right, well, it's now or never. And he looks at y'all and he says,
Now, as a wolf, you should smell her butt.
so
What the fuck, man?
Just
what
make
we
sure
do.
she's not going to turn into a fairy and leave you forever.
Darren just kind of cuts a look over at you guys, and he's like, he sighs. He's like, he sort of just like heads in.
Light some shit on fire. That impresses
Oh,
people.
also, you're Prince. You owe us more money.
Gundry,
better
you're
figure
gonna
that one
die
out.
alone.
He walks in, and Gundry just sort of looks at you, and he's like, "You accepted the mission for a price. You're gonna get that price. I think that's fair."
Sounds like I'm gonna burn a prince.
Oh my god, guys!
Just start holding him hostage.
Just let the prince
So
have his love.
Gundry looks at you,
Okay.
and he says,
Oh, he's gonna
"I know
find
you.
something
I know
that
you're
ain't
kidding,
love.
but I wouldn't even kid. We don't need to start an international war, sir."
It won't be international if nobody knows about it.
Oh my god,
Yay.
guys.
Then you picked the wrong group to escort you.
We do nothing but international.
He says, "Look, I didn't choose this.
All
group.
right, let's continue.
I would have brought a full battalion of guards, but they didn't want that."
Guess what? We didn't want to choose you either, Gundry. Guess what?
We're money whores.
He says, "Well, at least we agree on something."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like how you let shit slip and then take it out on us because you're the dick. Prince.
He says, "I think we're all
Shit
dicks
on
right
Gundry
now."
Squad.
Maybe don't get so shit-faced next time, Gundry.
So he just says, "Look, just do your job."
We did, man.
Same.
We made it.
Same.
And
All right.
so you're all standing out there. Darren goes inside, and Gendry just sort of like stands by the door, you know, looking all stoic. Now, don't forget, Gundry's an Elven Ranger, but right now he looks like sort of like Joe Blow human. So,
He looks all grungy and gross like his insides.
So as you're standing there, an acolyte of the church is walking up. He's wearing sort of his traditional robes, and he sort of walks up and he's like, "Can I help you, gentlemen and ladies?" And
Yes.
Oh, okay. Before Gundry answers, you say yes, and he says,
And then I point in their direction.
He's like, have you come to worship the god Lou?
Lou? As in Lou Diamond Phillips?
He says,
No,
no.
isn't my daddy?
He says, no. Do you say that?
No.
He says,
I hug Mist in comfort. Because he
says,
seems kind of
he
sad.
says, you all know Lou, the god of peace and prosperity. He tried to bring order to this land.
I fucking laugh a little bit. Seriously.
He says, he's gone into hiding after his great battle with that terrible
Jesus.
god.
Hiding.
Yeah. He says, but he will rise again and lead us to the victory we oh so wait for.
You know anything about this, Mist? About your dad?
I wipe a tear away from my eye.
Aw, well, I mean, do you know anything?
He sees that and he says, I too weep for our god Lou. He needs our prayers now more than ever.
Guy, you don't know Lou.
He says, oh, I do. I saw him once. He visited us here in this very church.
Okay.
And
I got nothing.
so
I'm just like under my breath. Alpan's better.
so Gundry is like he's like, move along, priest. We don't need any of your prattling. He says we're here with my ward, and he's in the church. You know.
I look at the priest and tell him to ignore the walking albatross.
He stops talking and he sighs, and the priest says, well, all are welcome under Lou.
Gray goes, ooh! Sorry.
So the priest eventually sort of just like tarries on, and he says, Lou bless you all.
And to all a good night.
And he walks off. Do you guys do anything? I mean, you're sort of here in this area. Do you do anything while you're waiting for Darren to come back out or whatever it is?
What is this?
That's like a statue in like a flower garden. Probably a statue of Luke.
Okay, can I roll to discern realities to see if there is anything interesting to do around here?
Sure.
Slight interest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so there's like I said, there's that little mansion over there. That's probably where the high priest and stuff live. There's another building over here, probably like a community building. And like I said, there's a number of graves and tombs that you should definitely not desecrate, but they're there.
I was about to say, let's I don't know. Obviously, for good reason, you know, I try to be wary of the bone species.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a building here of like remembrance and whatnot. There's I mean some nice gardens and trees and stuff around. You could walk out and you could see sort of the water off of a small cliff, the channel that leads in. If you look beyond that, you'll see some of the ships that are in the harbor and floating around and whatnot. You can sort of see across the bay. And there's a number of dingy and seedy looking buildings over on this side. If you look over there,
if it wouldn't be disrespectful, I'll pick flowers and look over the water and play with my lute.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. The space race says, "Kiss the prince and see if he turns into a frog." So there's that. Yeah. So I mean, about an hour goes by. And then you guys sort of see Darren emerge from the church. And so he comes out. Gundry kind of turns to him, and they sort of are having a conversation. Gundry sort of kind of nods after a few minutes of talking, and he walks over to you guys and he says, "Would you be interested in making some additional funds?"
Yeah.
You owe us some additional funds.
He says, "I owe you nothing, sir. I only owe you what was promised. I'm asking if you would like to make more, much more."
Yeah, no shit. Why else will we escort him?
I just said yes.
Sure, why not?
He says, "It might involve some danger. It certainly will involve trickery."
I look around at everybody and go, "Ooh, it's dangerous, guys."
Ooh, spooky.
He says,
I can't tell you how many times I've been trying to taken out, man.
We've just become a very sassy squad.
I'm feeling sassy tonight.
Hey, he woke up an asshole. We woke up sassy. It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's just being terrible today. But whatever.
He says, "Good. We'll discuss this somewhat later. If you wouldn't mind staying another night, then we will certainly, of course, pay for your lodgings."
I want to be in the casino. We want to stay in the casino. Pay for that one.
He says, "The casino will not meet our needs. You can certainly visit it if you want. That's up to you. But we'll be staying across the river near the seashore." Pretty good. So
Here we go, being snooty again.
yeah. He says, "You can do what you want with your day, but
Hell
meet me at the Krusty Krab Inn."
The what the fuck?
That's right.
The what?
The Krusty Krab.
The Krusty
Just say the
Krab.
Krusty
What
Krab
the fuck?
Inn.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. Meet me at the Krusty Krab Inn
God.
tonight at 11 p.m. And then he pulls out like a rough map of the area, and you can see the Krusty Krab Inn is located just here.
I want to fuck with him a little. I want to look at him, touch his face, and say, "Gunther, you charmer," and walk away.
He roll charisma.
Okay, sure.
No pickles.
Yeah. He kind of
He's fallen madly in love with you.
no, it's just he doesn't react poorly to it. He lets it happen, and he just sort of like just stands there and he says,
It's sarcasm.
"Anyways, I'll see you tonight."
I'm gonna do it too, but I'm gonna do it with a voice. Into you charming.
Roll charisma.
You know what?
God, that's
Are
great.
you gonna do it too?
I'm gonna roll for it. Oh, not that.
Oh my
not that,
God.
That's wrong. That's the ID2D6. Excuse me.
Go ahead and you roll 2 Fiamma.
I'm gonna roll for it.
You already
Wait, you actually did? Yeah, okay.
7.
Yeah. I guess
9 and
Gray and
7.
Fiamma go to do it at the same time. And he kind of like just like pulls back and he's like,
What? I thought you liked men.
he says,
You didn't go for her.
he says, I think that's enough. And he says,
Okay.
okay. Darren, we have preparations.
You're hard to get, but I'll get you, boy.
Oh my God.
Oh god.
Yeah. He just sort of you see him like blush slightly, and he's like, and then he hurries Darren off.
Oh,
And he leaves.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
he likes
And,
us a werewolf.
Yeah, so you like the
You
wolf
just
type.
cashed a check, buddy.
yeah. So now you guys are left here at the church as they scurry away. What are you looking to do with
I'm
your
going
time?
to sunken cunt, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Melody. Let's go.
All right, cool.
Sure, why not? Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get drunk.
You can do that at the Sunken Cunt.
Sounds like
Keep
there's
the
a lot of
sassy
things you
squad
can do.
strong.
Oh yeah, so the Sunken Cunt is just located here.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way across the bridge here, and you arrive at what looks like a part of a ship sticking out of the ground with a door on it. And as soon as you enter the Sunken Cunt, there's a brawl happening on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a couple of like sailors, and they're just going.
We're
at it.
already fighting. Let's go.
Yeah. There's like 4 or 5 people there, and they're just like going at it, and everyone else is sitting in their chairs, drinking, ignoring that it's even happening.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I'm going for a tackle.
are you going to join
We
the
found
fight?
our home.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hold on.
Why would we just join the fight?
I didn't do it. I'm not doing it. I'm sidestepping this shit.
Gotta win for
As
America.
long as no one touches me, I won't hurt them.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So, let's get this going. So, yeah. So yeah, the fight. Yeah. The fight is where's my stuff? You lost it. You lost my stuff. How could you?
So sorry.
Yeah, I know, right? So
How terrible of us.
it's the fight is happening between 2 elves, and then there are 3 dwarves, and they're just like going at it. They're all wearing sort of like seafaring clothing, so they look like sort of piratey. And it's all just like a fist fight.
Oh, so they're all sailors.
Yeah. So it's a fist fight. No one's drawn any weapons as of yet. And they're just sort of like punching each other and throwing each other and stuff. There is like a broken table and some like glass on the ground near where they're fighting. And so Fiamma, you said you're tackling somebody?
Yeah, whoever's closest to the door.
It'll be one of the dwarves.
Tackling a dwarf.
Yeah, roll for it.
That's not gonna end well. Strength.
Yes.
Hey!
Yeah. Roll some damage.
Oh god, kill him.
Don't
Now we
kill
gotta
him.
leave.
Nah, there's no reason that we'd be
We're
able to kill
definitely
him.
gonna
with
have to
one.
leave if you kill him.
5.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the dwarves who was like sort of coming in for a swing on one of the elves. You tackle him to the ground. And he bangs his head on the ground. You're doing like 5 damage. You've just like pinned him down. Are you straddling him, or did you just like knock? Are you like?
Oh, I'm
knocking-
straddling.
Okay, so yeah, you're straddling on top of him. And
Why would I avoid a chance to straddle?
yeah, he sort of just looks up at you a little bewildered, and he says, "Oi, what do you do that for?"
Saw a fight. Joined a fight.
He says, "You in league?"
I don't
with-"
think you should be fighting anymore if she's on top of you like that. I'm just gonna throw that out
He's
there.
like, "You in league with them dirty elves?"
Nope, just like to fight.
He looks confused. Meanwhile, the other 4 of them are still going at it. And what are the rest of you doing?
I'm fucking watching.
Not fighting.
So, are those of you just
So what
standing in
else
the
is
doorway, or are you going to find a table while?
Why are
No,
they?
I'm gonna walk
ask them,
inside
like,
and just watch.
I'm walking
Why are
inside.
they fighting?
You don't know yet.
We just don't. No one asked.
No.
Can I roll discern realities
Yeah.
to see what else is happening in the bar besides
Sure.
the fight?
They were all sitting down.
Nothing.
You're
Okay.
pretty you're pretty like captivated by this fight.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah. Wildheart, what are you doing?
Getting a drink.
Okay, so you're going to find a table where you can, and just sitting down. Cool. So yeah, you're walking in, having a seat. Mist, you're just kind of hanging out, and Melody, you're hanging out.
man.
Gray, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I yell out, "Why are y'all even fighting?"
Roll charisma to see if your presence is basically made known to them, or if they ignore you entirely.
Oh, well, somebody ignore me. They might get a chop in the back of the throat. In the back of the throat.
So
You go with that what you want.
yeah. So the one that Fiamma has pinned down hears you and kind of acknowledges that maybe you're like together in a group, and he's like, those blinding elves will be cheating at cards, and we'll not have it any longer.
Okay.
Oh, they were cheating.
Yeah, well, that's what they believe. I mean, we
Is there
don't know
proof
that's
of
the
that,
case.
or were you just losing? Were
No.
you just losing?
Could I use charming and open on one of the elves to find out if they were actually cheating?
They probably were. They're tricksters.
Wow.
No good.
Are you also racist against me, Wildheart?
You slaughtered my people.
Yeah.
Me personally, no.
Roll
but
for
whatever.
charming and open then. Yeah. Is that a roll?
Yeah.
Yep. And what are you saying? Who are you saying it to?
Actually, it doesn't even require a roll.
Okay.
With the people that are fighting, I'll just be like, wow. It has a list of questions, but could I basically ask them if they were cheating? 'Cause they have to answer truthfully and honestly.
Yeah, one of the elves looks back at you, and he says, "You should know elves never cheat."
And I disclose to the dwarf and to him that I have an ability to see if someone's telling the truth or not, and that I just used it.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll charisma on that one?
No, because they're like blind rage still at the moment. So,
Cool.
the two that are fighting.
So my words mean nothing.
Yeah. So I mean.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna break these two apart.
Okay.
While you
I'll
do
roll
that,
on
be right
strength.
back. I'm gonna go get water.
Okay.
I'll still be able to hear you guys.
I'm still punching this dwarf, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Punch away.
I'm ordering.
I'm gonna break those other two. Let's see. Bam. Oh yeah, that's happening. That's happening all day.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you jump in the middle of the four of them that are still fighting.
I just grab them both by the shirt and pick them up.
Both the dwarves, or both the elves, or one dwarf and one elf, or
What? Well, why would both elves be fighting each other? I separate one of the elves and the dwarves. Just pick them both up, one by one collar, one by the other collar, and be like, "Hey, now,
okay.
off their feet."
Okay. Yeah. When you do that, the other two stop for a second and sort of look at you.
If two elves are fighting, it's called foreplay.
Roll on charisma to see if they are intimidated by your actions or not.
I just picked them both up with
Yeah,
strength.
but there's
They
two
better be.
others, right? So we're gonna see how they take it essentially.
And let's see. That's
All right.
that's all you.
Yeah. So the other two start to rush you like at the same time to like fight you, and then they both like realize that
Don't
they
do
suddenly
that. That's a bad idea.
they both realize that they suddenly are aligned in the same goal, and like they're confused now because they don't want to work together, even though they both want to fight you because you have both of their friends, and so.
They're gonna friends go get thrown at them.
So
Gotta chill out.
Fiamma, the guy you're on top of, are you still just like relentlessly punching him?
Yes.
So he roll on strength again to see if we're still doing damage.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll damage.
Yes, queen.
Okay, yeah.
While I'm punching, I'm like, eat fists!
Yeah.
Kill him.
He's like holding his hand up and he's like, stop! Oh, stop! Oh, stop! Stop! Stop!
If he surrenders, I'll stop. That's it. Like,
Do you say that?
surrender to me!
He's like, I give! I surrender! Jesus! Stop!
Alright, I stop and I'm
No, he
gonna
says,
turn like
Lou,
I'm going for the
Lou,
rest of the group.
stop! Because they don't have Jesus, right? So you stop.
I stop and then I turn to look at the other like fighters.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're next.
And so they're sort of like looking at Gray and like trying to decide what they want to do, and the two that you're holding are like they're struggling, and they're like put me down.
So are two of them particularly more damaged than the other?
No, they all. I mean, the one that Fiamma's on top of is probably the most damaged right now, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
But they all have like I mean, they've probably got some bruises and stuff. So.
All right. Well, I would like to do arcane arts
Okay.
to see if I can heal them. I can.
Okay, I'll give you like a group heal. You can heal all of them if you want.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, you start singing a beautiful song, and
they heal for 12.
and yeah, and you can see sort of like the bruises receding into their skin and healing, and they all sort of just like they all stop struggling or whatever, and they all look at you and they're like, "Who is that beautiful angel?"
Oh.
Oh, you guys aren't from. I'm not from around here. I forget.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Typically, this is not the greeting I get. Yeah, Melody Piper, and I shake their hands.
Gray almost vomited in his mouth.
So, when you
Jesus.
say Melody Piper, the elves are like they chuckle and the dwarves all spit.
No.
Can't win them all.
Okay.
Yeah. And the dwarf says, "Is that your given name, or did you choose that?"
Given.
He says, "Then you have shit parents then."
Stop.
You're not wrong.
There you go. Move your foot.
He says, "Do you even know?
Sit
do you even
down.
know what that name represents?"
I'm gonna play stupid and say no.
He says, "Clearly you've not read the books. Some say they're fiction, some say they're real. I'm not sure, but either way, it's no name to be proud of around here."
I can't
Well,
even read.
it's the name I was given.
And the one I'm talking about, Fiamma, says, like, "Hey, can you, you're crushing me. Can you get off?"
I'm going to tackle an elf if I'm getting off.
Giggity.
Why though?
Yeah, why though? Yeah.
What do you mean, why? They're fighing and I want to fight.
They're not fighting.
Well,
anymore.
they've
fighting
stopped
anymore.
fighting, but that doesn't mean I have.
They've stopped fighting. Are you getting off? I mean, that's up to you.
I'm going to tackle an elf, yes.
Okay, so you jump off of him and you go to tackle an elf. Roll on strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tackle one of the elves to the ground, and then Gray, are you still holding on to the other two, or have you set them down by now?
Yes, no, I'm still holding on to them if they're going to keep fighting.
Okay, yeah.
Are they done fighting?
Yeah, they've stopped fighting.
Well, I asked them, are they done? I asked them, are they done? Because if I sit them down,
They went from
They
being
start fighting.
complimentary
Yeah,
to being just downright insulting.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
they said
well,
they were
we're
done.
going to sit them down
Yeah.
if they start fighting again.
So you set one down. As you
Okay,
set one
well,
down,
we'll sit 'em down.
Fiamma is tackling the other one, the other elf. As he tackles the other elf to the ground, roll for damage.
Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, you do 7 damage as you tackle him to the ground, and then the other one takes the heel of his boot and kicks you in the side of the head, knocking you off of him, and he deals.
Jesus.
It's not a lot of damage. It's going to be 1 damage, so really it's not hurting you. It's just knocking you off.
Yeah.
Knocking you off of him, and he says, "What the hell? It's over."
Y'all are no fun.
So he looks up at Gray and he says, "Control your woman."
Yeah.
Fiamma starts laughing.
Ooh, if she hits you, that's on you. She ain't my woman.
Good answer, Wolfman.
So the one that you knocked to the ground is like being helped up by the other one, and you can sort of they're just having a conversation with themselves. But he says, "Humans, no sense of propriety or decorum. Might as well be dwarves." And one of the dwarves they were fighting was like, "Watch it." And he says, "What?"
Fiamma also goes, "Not human."
And are you wearing your red dress or are you wearing your
Oh, so
No,
not
I'm wearing
human.
battle rags.
Well, you don't have rag. They made you like nicer looking type stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm wearing like the
green tunic or whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still just like raggy pants. I ain't gonna get my nice dress messed up.
Yeah. Okay. So the one of the elves looks over and says, "If you ain't human, what are you?"
I'm an angel.
And they kind of just laugh. And he says, "You think highly of yourself, don't you?"
Yeah. I'm pretty great.
So so the dwarves look up and say to the elves,
It's funny. You better calm yourself down, little dwarf. I've took bigger shits than you.
he says, "Wow, your rectum must
fight
be
about it.
torn."
Yes,
And
it is.
so
I'm a big boy.
One of the other dwarves is looking at the elves, and he's like, "I think we'll just call this one a draw." And say, and the elf looks back at me and says, "I mean, if that's what you call losing, that's fine." And he starts to go like lunge at him, and the other two dwarves hold him back, and they're like, "It's not worth it. You know what? Let's just go."
Okay, children.
And they start sort of like walking out of the bar, the elves kind of call back at them like, "That's right. Walk away, little men. Walk away."
Okay.
One of them like shoots them the bird as they're walking out, and they just leave.
All right.
Um,
I'm like, don't make me get out my scissors.
Pictures to make in a tree somewhere.
yeah, and the insult stick just like sort of whispers over Fiamma's shoulder, is like, "Wow, if that was any more intense, we'd be camping."
I'm about to ball gag to the insult stick. That was the stupidest joke I ever heard.
Wait, you can find ball gags? Let me know.
So
we're in a place called the Sunken Cunt. I'm pretty sure I could find a ball gag around here somewhere.
Fair enough.
The other two elves are looking over at Melody, and they're like, "So, don't think we've seen you around here, pretty lady."
You have not. I'm new in town. And your name?
They look back at you. One's got like blonde hair. He's a little bit taller, and one's got sort of like brown hair. Both of them have long hair, and he's just slightly shorter. And one says, "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm O'Connor, and this is my cousin Randall." So.
And do you live in these parts?
They say, "We live on the sea. We're sailors by nature, but this is definitely one of our most frequent ports."
Okay.
And then one of them, because you're still sort of wearing your nicest looking robes. One of them says, "So, why is a fine dressed lady like you coming here to the Sunken Cunt?"
I adventure. I tend to find myself in some interesting places.
He says, "Well, you'll find none more interesting than this place for sure." And then the one looks over at Gray and he says, "I guess I should say thank you for diffusing that situation. I mean, we could have killed those dwarves, but that has been a hassle for us."
Looks like both of you getting your asses beat.
He says, "Oh no, it just looked that way, but that's not how it was." And then they're like, "So Was that a dark elf and a bear that I saw come in with you guys?
Yeah.
And so one of them leans over to Melody and is like,
Yeah.
What's the deal with the dark elf? Like, I mean, is it safe to be with him?
He
has a bear, so I guess
he
he has protection.
he hasn't caused any trouble so far, so I would say yeah.
He's like, I mean,
It might be unsafe for you to insult him because he can hear you. He has a fucking bear with him.
one of them was like,
kind of thinks I'm a racist, but other than that,
I mean, he's like, I mean, he's like, you're an elf. I mean, you know what they're like.
I think that we have different standards of groups of people from where I come from than from here. We haven't had any problems with these people.
He says, "Oh well, I guess you're lucky. You must have grown up in one of those shelter hollows."
Sure.
He says, "Well, here in the real world, dark elves, they're not liked too well. They cause a lot of trouble."
Looks like you guys were causing some trouble, like literally seconds ago, but that's fine.
He says, "Oh, that's not trouble. That's just dwarves, right? Am I right?"
I'm gonna hold up the skull as I back towards the bar to get myself a drink.
You're like, okay, well, I mean, if you're looking for a good time, you look us up. We show you a good time.
I literally just showed them the skull of an enemy, and their first thought is like, score.
Yeah.
Gonna try to get laid.
Well, you just awkwardly held up a skull without any context, right? What are they supposed to do?
I thought that the crazy would scare them away, but apparently not.
They're sailors.
They like crazy.
Yeah. So one of them looks over at
fucking krakens, and
one of them looks over at Fiamma and is like, "So what's your story?"
I will burn it off.
He says.
ooh, she told you.
He says, "Wouldn't be the first time some girl set it on fire."
You need some.
The other one, the one with brown hair.
Well,
The one with brown hair.
a little impressed.
The one with brown hair looks over at Gray and says, "So what's your story, big boy?"
Oh my god. His first
Well,
off,
you're
you should
trying
pet him.
to get a piece of this. You don't want a piece of this.
I guess that's good that they were racist, because if I was going to try to hook up with one, it probably would have been the brunette. So.
Yeah. So
Pet him.
My story is I'll eat you, literally.
He likes to be pet. Pet him.
He says, "Oh, you can
Don't
gobble
pet
me
me.
up anytime, honey."
Yeah, you think that. You think that now.
So he says,
You see my eyes flash a little bit?
so
He goes, seriously.
he gestures over towards Mist and he says, "So what's the deal with old dark and brooding over there?"
No deal.
Does he go? He speaks. He speaks.
Man, they don't care. They don't care what,
No, they don't care
race,
what it is.
gender, whatever.
No.
They're like, whole.
He's like, you know what? We're feeling like a pretty good mood. We want some money off those doors. How about we buy you guys a round of drinks? We'll even buy one for the dark elf.
Done.
I don't accept drinks from racists, but whatever.
So
I can buy my own.
So they go over and they sort of like set up what's left of the table that's broken, and get some chairs and sit them around it. And one of them yells out, "Yo! Hey! Greta! Drinks! Over here!" And you see this sort of like human barmaid, sort of sandy blonde hair, maid's outfit. She comes over and she sort of looks at them with like a disappointed look almost, and she says, "You guys are always causing trouble. What do you have?" And one says, "Let me get a round of drinks for these newcomers over here." And she says, "The usual?" He's like, "Yeah, the usual." She's like, "All right." She leaves. So they sit on the table.
I give Greta a sympathetic glance.
So so they look around at you guys, and they're like, "So, what brings you to the town of Macrityr?"
Money.
He says, Don't I know it? The insult staff is like, these are some of the dimmest torches I ever saw. And one of them says, "What'd you say?" Looking over at you.
I said you're stupid.
He says, "Yeah."
Jeez.
You know what?
I'm gonna lean over and be like, I like these people.
I lean over to the insult stick, and I say, "It's been a while for Melody, but these are two staffs that she definitely won't be touching."
Wow.
The staff says, I mean, do you even know how to touch a staff? I mean, last time you handed me, you were so rough, I thought I was going to wither and die.
Maybe the memories left me. Yeah, you might be right, insult staff.
He says, by the way, my name's Gary.
The insult staff's Gary?
Yeah.
Yo, okay, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are having like, and then the waitress comes back and she has 7 shot glasses, and they're all filled with this sort of like glowing green liquid. And
no.
She sits on the table, and the 2 elves grab theirs, and they hold up like they want to do a cheers.
I guess I'll hold mine up too.
Yep.
Sure.
To Hifnal!
Yeah. What about Wildheart?
He'll do it.
Okay, and Melody too.
I'm going to offer the shot to the cat directly after. I'm not going to do the shot.
Okay, so yeah, they hold it up and they say, to booze, women, and money.
Yeah, and more of the same.
And they go to clink glasses, and then they shoot the shot, and I assume everyone. Well, does everyone else do the same?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wildheart too.
Yeah.
And then Melody, you're feeding yours to the cat, or just pointing the
I'm
floor?
going to ask the cat if he wants to get drunk.
I like they said you're feeding yours to the cat.
Yeah. Tyrone just jumps out of the bag, and says, "Bitch, I thought you'd never ask."
All right, yeah. Cat likes to party. Here you go.
So the cat just like sticks his head in and starts lapping up the stuff.
Did I just kill him? Oh god.
So all of you immediately upon swallowing the shot, it's like swallowing liquid nitrogen. It's so cold.
Sweet.
It feels like your like throat seizes up from the cold. And the 2 elves, after throwing it back, slam it down and let out that the woo sort of like thing.
These are Ted's people.
And then they were like,
Got it.
ice cold.
Can I spend a hit point to just breathe a little bit of fire out of my mouth?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll fucking do that. Just, pah! What do you mean cold?
They're like, whoa, cool trick, weird chick.
Weird chick.
Yep, that's what they called me in college.
So, yeah, you guys, so you're in there and you're drinking and they're chatting and they're telling you about their high seas adventures, as tradesmen. It's nothing interesting really though. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're sitting here in the sunken cunt?
Yeah, actually, I would like to maybe ask around in the criminals or whatnot around here that there's any good place to buy some black market shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you let's see. So, roll discern realities real quick.
Discern realities. Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yep.
Natural 12.
Yep. So, you see in the back, there is a sort of like a hooded figure sitting by themselves, and they're just sitting over there. But they definitely look like the sketchiest person in the room. and definitely like the person that you'd want to approach.
Okay, I approach him.
Yeah. So you get over there, and what do you say?
I say, you look like a man who knows things.
So you're not in battle anymore. The figure looks up from the cloaked hood, and you can see it's one of the Fungelia race, one of the mushroom people.
I slightly cringe.
Yeah, and it says to you, I can tell that you're a man of discerning tastes. What is it that you wish to know? What is it that you seek?
I seek the best black market in this town.
He says, I see. Well, there are limited resources in the basement of this establishment if you're looking for something quick. The best things you'll find on the days the Colosseum is open. You see, the underbelly of the Colosseum has catacombs, and when the Colosseum is busy, well, it draws in all sorts of people, and there's many a business to be had on those days.
Sweet. I appreciate it.
He says,
from one to another.
He says, Indeed. And what, pray tell, is your business here?
Business is my own.
He says, Now I have offered you information of value. What might you be able to do for me?
I'll flick a gold coin at him.
He catches the gold coin, and he looks at it, and he says, Money I have. Perhaps you have news or information that I could take in value.
What news do you crave?
He says, I don't know. Where do you hail from?
Far, far away.
Are you from the west? Are you from the east? Are you from the north?
No comment, my friend.
Says, I seek news of the world. Do you know of any major events that might affect trade, travel? Something I can exploit.
Oh, okay. I heard that there are creatures in the waters. People don't know where they've come from.
Creatures in the waters, you say?
Large creatures.
I've heard no tale of such thing in this area. He says, what kind of creatures do you say?
That I do not know. I just know they are large and they are dangerous.
He says, interesting. I shall take this information. Perhaps we could do business again some other time.
Sounds good.
He says, will you be in this town long?
I do not know.
He says, I see. Well then, here's to another chance meeting then.
Here's to another chance meeting.
And he sort of just like turns away and ignores you.
Cool.
Anyone else while you're in here want to ask any questions or anything about the area, or looking for anything?
Well, I don't know exactly where I would be looking. Probably the Colosseum. Now that Melody wouldn't know, but
Yeah, you don't know that.
I don't know that.
I
But-
The red light district.
Wow.
Do you live for Red Light District?
Yeah.
Do you ask one of the elves you're currently with, or someone else?
Oh, I bet they'll know. Oh man.
Yes.
So how do you ask?
Where are the less than reputable people of the night?
Roll on charisma.
Great way to ask that.
That's pretty good.
Wonderful.
I don't have the best charisma. Yeah. He's gonna go well.
Wow.
So one of them looks over you and he says, I know what your kind does with the ladies. Disgusting. I'll not tell you.
What? I just want to watch her fuck my bear.
Oh my god.
So it's a bear show?
Yeah. So they seem unwilling to help.
But anyway, yeah. Jeez. But
Would I be over by him to hear this conversation go down, or would I
Probably.
be on the other
Sure.
side still?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I look at Wildheart. I'd be like, that dark gentleman over there might know where some ladies of the night are, buddy. And I just keep walking, like I didn't say anything.
I can't remember which character. It may have just been you as the GM, Mike. But I was asking about the bag of holding. And you said Macrityr might be the place, so I'm guessing it's not here.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask around for sure.
Can I talk to Greta, the barmaid? Because she seems to be the only person that's nice.
Yeah, you can talk to her. Roll on charisma for it. Yeah, so what are you asking?
Well, I just make some general conversation, and while I'm talking to her, I ask about like sought-after rare items and things like that.
She says, "Oh well, I mean, Macrityr is a budding metropolis of trade. There's any number of things you could probably acquire here. I mean, well, is there anything in particular you're looking for? Not that I'm a merchant broker, but maybe I could help."
Bag of holding.
She says, "A bag? What do you mean a bag of holding?"
You know, the sack of handling.
Well,
Pretty good.
I guess I explained a bag of holding to her.
She says, "Well, what a wondrous item that would be." She says, I don't know personally where you could find something like that, but maybe the merchant hall, you could broker a deal there. Somebody might know something."
And how, Pertel, do I gain access to the merchant hall?
She says, "Oh, are you a trader, my dear?"
That is not my profession.
She says, "Oh, well, if you belong to one of the trading societies, you can certainly get a membership to the Merchants Guild. That's certainly a way to get in. You could be invited by someone in the Merchants Guild and escorted in as their guest. That's possible."
Okay.
So,
I appreciate the information.
well, thank you so much, honey. Please watch yourself around this lot. Someone as fair as yourself doesn't seem to fit in with this crowd.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not take their offering of shots. But thank you for the warning.
Anything I can do, my dear. Anyone else? Gray, do you have any business in the Sunken Cunt?
Nah.
Right.
Since I'm kind of done with my interaction, I head over towards the merchant hall to try to talk up some people.
Okay, so you're going to leave. So, I mean, you guys have been here a little while, so you still got a little bit of time, but it's going to get, like, evening. So, you head over this way. Is everyone else still hanging out at the bar, or are you, like, dispersing in other directions, or what's happening?
I continue my search for prostitutes.
Okay, cool. do you just start wandering the streets, or are you still asking around in the bar?
I'm gonna join Wildheart in his pursuit of prostitutes. Not for prostitutes, but just to see what's gonna happen. I'm now interested because of what the elf said.
You want to know what dark elves do with prostitutes?
Say what now?
I'll ask around the bar before I leave.
Okay, cool. Do you want to ask the hooded figure that Miss pointed you at?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll charisma.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Booker's tonight.
the Fungilia looks at you, and he's like, We don't see much of your kind around here, but I'll be more than glad to help an outsider such as yourself, such as myself, for a price. What is this information worth to you?
Give him your bear.
What's your
He needs that for the sex things.
What do you ask?
How much would he charge for information about schluts for money?
He says, I prefer to trade information for information. What news of the world do you have for me?
I don't know this directly, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be responsible for ending the world at some point.
He says, that's very interesting. How so?
We have really bad luck.
Really bad judgment, you mean? But sure.
He says, though that's not much to go on. Can you tell me about this one that accompanies you? And he gestures at Fiyama. I see those markings on your arms. Those are quite unique. What are those for?
Each one is a member of my tribe, slaughtered by the high elves.
Not tattooed on Fiyama?
No, I thought you meant on me.
Maybe, yeah. Actually, it might be. Who knows?
Realized you're literally following around the information you seek, Wildheart. You were literally accompanied by a lady of the evening.
So,
For the right price.
I never said Wildheart was attracted to females.
Yeah, but
True.
he's now asking about Fiyama's tattoos.
Okay. He's asking about our tattoos?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them, other than they are stylish.
I'll whisper the information about them into his ear. They're ritualistic and they're meant for like worship and stuff for Alpan.
Apparently, they're ritualistic.
Sure. So, he says, interesting. And this Alpan, who is Alpan?
That's 2 pieces of information, sir.
He says, that's true. Well, how about this? Not only will I tell you how to find ladies of the evening, but I'll tell you how you can broker their services without money.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I'll tell him pretty zealously about my god.
He says, fascinating. And this Alpan that you serve, what is your role?
That one will cost you a little information from me.
Is it worth anything?
Oh,
I'm game. What information do you seek?
I'm gonna ask anything if he knows anything about potentially raising dragons.
He says, why? What a peculiar request. Perhaps. But that's worth a fair bit more, I think.
That's fair.
So, to answer that question, I must know why you're asking that question.
Well, I'm going to relay to him that since Alpan is the god of fire, she takes special interest in creatures that can use such fire.
And so he says to you, well, I don't know where you might come across a dragon at. It's a pretty rare thing. But, as I understand it, dragons, should they consume the souls of the living, can amass a wealth of power.
Alright. Then I'll go ahead and tell him, one, that I'm an angel of Alpan, and two, that my purpose for serving her is as a gatherer of information.
He says, "Oh, I see we are similar in ways. Very well. As for the ladies of the night, well, it's not too far from here." He pulls out like a little map, and he says, "If you follow the road towards the back, near the wall, as you approach the water, there's a corner back here. You'll find a nice little collection of ladies and gentlemen and other things, quite possibly. And of course they will accept money. But if you tell them you were sent by Derek at the Church of Lou, they will offer you their services for free."
What?
That's some pretty good information.
That's very interesting information.
Yes. He says, and I think that probably concludes our business for now. I have a lot to process.
I'll be like, all right, praise Alpan.
Yep. He says, "Yes, praise Alpan." Yep. So, about this time, Melody, you sort of like made your way over here to the little merchant hall, and there are people going in and out, but less so now. It's starting to get evening, and so it's not as busy. What are you trying to do here?
I'm trying to find and convince someone to let me be their guest into the merchant hall.
Okay. Roll on charisma. Yep. All right. So yeah, you come across a gnome, and
Of course.
yeah, there's a gnome as you're sort of just like chatting people back and forth, and he says, "Hey, elf lady,
Yes?
what you being so friendly with everyone for?"
I would like to see inside the merchant's hall for an item that I am looking for.
He says, "I see. And what makes you think someone will just invite you in?"
I figured it was worth a try.
He says, "You know what? You can join me."
Thank you. And I ask his name.
He says, "Oh, my name? They call me Hugo.
Well, nice to meet you, Hugo.
And what should I call you, fancy lass?"
Melody.
He says, "Oh, okay then, Melody. Well, let's head on in." And he sort of just like gestures, and y'all walk together. You get to the front gate. There are a number of guards, and he pulls out his medallion, flashes it. They inspect it, and they say to him, "For profit," and he says back to them, for luck." And he comes in. You follow. You walk in, and it. I don't know if you've seen pictures of like Grand Central Station from New York, but think like that,
Yeah.
like very grandeur, very open, very large. It's just like sort of fanciful decoration everywhere, columns, paintings, stained glass, that kind of stuff. Yeah, you walk in, and there are people on the floor, and it's kind of like almost like the stock market. There's a number of boards with information on them about like trades and ships and stuff, and there are desks where people are like behind counters, and there are people like negotiating information or trade or deal with that over there. There's people around tables talking and conversing, and he says, This is the Merchants Guild. Behold it in all its glory. Now, what is it you seek?
I seek a bag of holding.
He says, oh, I see. Well then, isn't that quite the item?
Yes.
He says, well, maybe I can introduce you to some people. And so he walks you over. There's a section, and over it is sort of this. It's like a tabard, and the tabard has the picture of like a magical staff on it. It's purple. The magical staff itself is like wooden looking, and there's a number of people. A lot of them are in sort of in robes and whatnot. And he says, "Hail, fellow merchants! I have an inquiry. This young lady here is in search of a bag of holding." And so one of them kind of turns and looks at him, and he says, "Hugo, what con are you running now?" And he says, "No con. It's not me. She's the one looking. She's just my guest." And he says, "What you need a bag of holding for?"
Well, I kind of have a guilty pleasure.
Holding this dick.
He says, "Aren't we all?" He says, "And what makes you think you can even afford a bag of holding?"
A long time of adventuring with scrimping and saving, sir.
He says, "Well, you are dressed nicely, but even Hugo here can afford nice clothes." And he says, "You know what? I might could point you in the direction of someone who could help you, but maybe I need a favor, adventurer."
All right, what might that adventure be?
He says, "When I send you for the bag of holding, could you procure an item for me as well?"
I guess that depends on the item, but I probably could.
He says, "Oh, good to hear." He says, "Well, what I need is the eyeball of a goblin."
Now I'm wondering if I actually have that on my list. I don't think I do. I think I already used it a long time ago.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't a goblin. You had an eyeball from something else, but
It was a T-Rex, that's
yeah,
right.
T-Rex. He says, "Now you don't have to extract it from the beast yourself. There are vendors of such things in less than reputable places that I can't go myself." He says, "Here," and he like pulls out like a strip of paper, parchment, and he's like writing on it, and he says, "Take this to the Coliseum the next day that it's open." He says, in the catacombs beneath it, there is a vast trade market. You're looking for a gentleman. His name is Westbrook. So, talk to Westbrook, and he might can help you with your bag of holding, and at the same time, procure for me the eyeball of a goblin."
I will certainly do my best.
He says, "I appreciate it." He says, and if I were you, I wouldn't associate with old Hugo here. He's probably not the best of companions." Hugo says, "Hey now."
Less than reputable. Sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah. So, what about the rest of you? Are the rest of you doing anything? Wildheart, you going to find that lady of the night?
Yes.
Yep.
Fiamma's still tagging along.
Yep. Gray, what are you doing?
Before we actually leave, as long as Gray's still in the area, I'm gonna let him know what I found out about dragons.
Okay.
Were you actually here for that, James?
Oh, I mean, I was still in the bar. I'd never left the bar.
No, I mean on mic.
Yes, I heard it.
Alright, cool.
go with them.
Okay. And then
Why not?
While he's walking me out, I'm nice and I ask Hugo about about his trades and how he came to be a merchant.
We'll come back to that. Miss, what are you doing?
Are there? I'm gonna go in search of like enchanters that'll do enchantments for you.
Okay. So we will. Are you just gonna like wander and ask around, or how are you looking for that?
I'm assuming there's a merchant's district somewhere, so I'm gonna walk around there.
There are some merchants around here. Yeah, I mean there was a sort of a shop. If you look around long enough, well, roll on I guess discern reality to see how long it takes you to find one.
Never.
Yeah, so you'll find one eventually, but it'll take you a while.
Okay.
So, and it won't be necessarily what you're looking for, but you'll find something. So you walk around for hours. It's getting close to time to meet. It'll be around 10 o'clock, and you're sort of like down in this area, and you find a little hut that says enchantments. It's spelled incorrectly.
Great.
Yeah.
Enchantments.
Yeah, you go inside, and there's a kobold actually, and he's just got sort of like a torn, tattered linen apron on, and it's a pretty dirty shop. There's a few like rusty like weapons in there, and he's surprised to even see someone come in the shop, and he's like kind of scrambles to his feet, and he's like,
Yes, mister. What are you looking for?
I'd be like, this isn't the bathroom. I'm just gonna walk out.
He says, no, wait. I can help you. Mister. Please. I good kobold.
I'm gonna be like, quickly, tell me what the finest wares you have before I step back outside.
So he starts like scrambling around. He's like, "Oh, okay, I have this," and he holds up like a rusty dagger.
I've seen the bottomless chamber pot.
he holds up a dagger and he says, "This is dagger of smelliness. You stab a man with it, and he smells kind of bad for like a little while. Yes, you buy these?
That's just infection.
Yeah, no.
He says, no, wait, I have something else. Okay.
It's a spork.
He turns over the wall and he pulls down like a little like wooden stick. It's a staff, like maybe made for like a dwarf. It's really short. I need this. I have this. This is it's staff enchanted with wind magic.
So it's gassy?
So he holds it up and he's like, you see, and he holds it up to like there's like a candle sitting on like one of the benches, and he holds it up and it goes, and it like blows the flame, but it doesn't blow it out. It's like it just goes over a little bit and comes right back up. It says, you see, it has wind gust power. I enchant myself. You want?
No.
Okay.
This is what happens when you roll a 6, Joel.
Okay, I have one more thing, and you'll really like this one. Okay.
It's a
All right,
sword.
I go get it. He runs back behind the counter, and you hear like digging, and there's like the sound of things and whatever. And he pulls out like it's a pot with like a handle on it. And he comes up with a pot, and he says, This is crowning achievement. You'll not find better enchant than this. And he says, you watch this. It's amazing. And he pours some water in it. And he says, hold on. And he just holds it and he's staring at it. He's like, wait a minute. He's okay, it's ready. He says, hold out your hand.
No! Pour it in your own hand.
He's like, but you can't fathom it without your own touch.
If this fucks me up, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay.
He's the touchy uncle. Don't
So
do
you
it.
hold out your hand and he pours it, and it's like just slightly warmer than room temperature. He says, "This is a warming pot. It make the water warm for you."
I wish I would have went to the shop.
I instead turn around and I say, "I have something for you, my friend."
He says, "Oh, what is it?"
And I put my hand in my bag, but not very far down, and I still have 17 miscellaneous magic items.
All right, cool. Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull out a hairbrush. All right.
All right.
And it glows.
Okay. All right.
And when you brush your hair, I'm gonna be like, "Look, it's a magical hairbrush," and it glows like deep red. And I'll be like, "It's magic," and I'll sell it to you for a price.
Roll charisma.
Oh, this is great. I have good charisma. Yeah.
So his eyes get wide, and he's like, "Was he so fantastic?" He says, "What would you want for such a rare item?"
What do you got?
He says, I am not a rich kobold." He says, "I have family of 25 to feed."
Jesus.
He says, and
You should have pulled a tiny cobalt condom out of that bag. But whatever.
he says, "My wife eat more than all of them." He says, she is so large. Even the manatees are afraid of her.
Oh my god.
He beats me.
He's like, "So I am not a rich man." He says, "But I can't even fathom what a priceless item like this would be for. But if I could have it, oh, my life would be so complete." He says, "I have," and he like runs over and he's digging through like his little. He's got a bag on the floor, and his tail is like wagging, and he pops up and he's like, "I have 2 silver. I know this may not be enough, but it is all that I have."
I'm gonna say, do you have anything in here you've never figured out what it is? A mystery for a mystery.
He says, "Maybe one more thing. I did not enchant. It's not my work. He was left by my master. I go find it." And so
Master, okay.
he runs in the back, and he's there for a minute, and he comes
See
back
this
out.
OP fucking item.
He comes back,
It's a
and
gremlin.
Goblin eye.
he's got in his hand it's like just a carving of a turtle,
Aw.
and he says, this is all that is left of master."
I just got the joke, but yeah, go ahead.
He says, "I couldn't give you this."
I'll take it.
He says, "Oh, bless Lou." He says, "I did not believe in him till today.
I got a turtle.
Surely fortune smiles upon me."
Oh my god.
He says, he takes the brush and it glows, and he says, "My wife will be so proud of me today." He says, "When I come home with this, she will look at me and finally accept me as a man. And my children, they will no longer say that they have useless father. They will."
I'm gonna be like, "Cool story, bro," and I'm just gonna turn
See,
it
he
out.
just keeps talking to you like that.
Oh my god.
God, why could I have not ended up at this shop?
That's amazing.
Can I inspect the turtle carving to see if there's anything really to it, or is it just a turtle carving?
It's just a turtle carving.
Okay, so I stick it in my pocket, and I'm like, "You and me, Shelly,
Oh
we're
my
going
God, this
places."
is amazing. Of course, Melody will be like, "Oh my God, turtle carving!"
So, we're gonna get back. Gray and Wildheart and Fiamma, you've made it to like the red light district. What are you doing?
Shit.
I guess trying to get Wildheart laid.
Wildheart, what are you looking for? I mean, what? There's so you'll walk up, and there's so there's a really nice looking cart, like a horse-drawn cart. There's no horses on it, but a really nice horse-drawn cart sitting there. It's got some like mad spoilers on it, you know, and it's got some like flames painted on the side of the cloth covering for the cart. And there's a number of ladies like leaning against it.
Is this Kyle's cart? Did we end up in the wrong place?
There's a number of like of ladies and maybe a few gentlemen leaning against the cart. There a lot of them are humans. There's a few satyrs and like a tabaxi or two, and then there is one centaur also. So, what are you doing?
Ask if any of them have. Do any of you perchance have a dick and balls?
So the centaur, who has like, you know, a nice rack and a bra, you know, sort of like a tube top type of thing, and sort of like very pretty makeup, long flowing hair, walks up and says, "I got more than any one of you could probably handle." Looks like a woman, but
Time for Fuda.
I'll take that challenge.
he says, "All right,
Yeah.
price is 300 silver."
Derrickson.
Derek from where?
The Apostle of Blue or some shit.
Says, "Oh, I see. Then join me in the cart." So he leads you into the cart, and Fiamma and Gray, what are you doing?
Watching.
You're going in the cart with him?
Yeah.
Gray, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna sit outside and wait for this to be over.
Cool.
I'm here to find out what's so crazy about dark elf sex.
Yeah, so you guys all, Fiamma and Wildheart and the centaur, climb into the back of the cart, and stuff happens. And
I feel like I saw this before in a movie.
So great when you're just like hanging outside. The tabaxi, the cat lady, sort of walks up to you and she says, "Aren't you a strong, strapping hunk of a man? What? You see something you like?"
Got any dogs here? Wolves? Animals? I know it's weird.
She says, "Well, I don't know about animals, but
No.
well, we got some satyrs, and of course, I'm cat." And she starts smelling you.
You'll
and then
do.
She starts smelling you, and like her hair starts standing on end, and she's like, "You smell like a dog."
You look like one too.
He said she'll do, so.
Yeah. She says,
Well, you look like a cat, and you smell like a cat.
She says, "Yes, because I am a cat. But you're not a dog. But you have
Am I?
everything about you screams dog."
My eyes gleam.
She's like,
You see the wolf eyes gleam.
she says, "Well,
See?
the price is 500 silver."
Sure, why not?
Did you guys tell him about the whole Derek thing?
I'm pretty sure he was there to witness the Derek thing.
I mean, well, fine. I'll just say, Derek from the stupid church. You know.
She says, "Oh."
Said you give me a help Lowy for free. Where are we at on that?
Well then.
Hey! Can I get 2 of y'all? If I pay 500 silver, just 250 a piece.
She says, well.
Even though Derek sent me, I need 2.
Yes. Well, certainly we can.
Okay, 2.
And so she motions it over at one of the satyrs, and the satyr walks up, and she says, "Right this way." And she leads you into a tent, and then stuff happens. So
There we go.
yeah. And so I will ask. I don't necessarily need details, but do dark elves have any weird kinks, or is that just a rumor that regular elves believe?
Yeah, it's just something that they were being racist.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's how I intended
And
it,
then
anyways.
Yama gets bored halfway through and just helps by sticking a finger in places.
Okay.
Just regular gig chicks.
Yep. So all that stuff resolves. You have your good times, and it's getting late. So you guys are all meeting up at the Krusty Krab over here, off the water. So yeah, you all arrive at the Krusty Krab, and Gundry is there with Darren, and so Gundry says, "This is a discussion best had in the room." So he motions and escorts you guys up to a private room. You all get in, and he closes the door, and he says, "So here's the deal. Obviously, Darren here is a prince.
Yeah, that's your fault.
He's the third son of the Dwarven King. I don't know."
Oh, then he's not that important at all. He's not even next in line for the throne.
He says,
Jeez.
"I don't know what you know about how the Dwarven hierarchies work, but the king's first son stays with him in the capital, and then the subsequent sons all are sort of sent to the capital cities to live as aides to the rulers of those towns and to keep them in check." He says, "Darren has obviously been assigned to Ugrin, but Darren's in love, to put it mildly. And Darren is in love.
We all are.
The Duke's daughter, the Duke of Macrityr, whose name I have somewhere.
Please tell me it's mayonnaise.
Was it Hugo?
No, it was Hrothgar.
Damn it.
Hrothgar, his daughter, she has a name that I've got somewhere.
Hrothgar Jr.
Jeff. Her name is Jeff.
It's Jeff.
No.
From accounting.
Where to go? It's there's so many lists. Rosalind. So the Duke's daughter Rosalind, she's betrothed to the first son of the king, and she is to be queen, but she does not love him. She loves Darren, and Darren loves her. So the mission I propose to you tonight, we are going to smuggle her out of the city and take her and Darren away to a nice country village.
So you're saying we're kidnapping a potential queen?
She wants to be kidnapped, but yes.
Yeah.
He says the best time to do this.
Well, we do all these bad things anyway. I'm in.
He says the best time to do this will be at the next Coliseum event, and that will be taking place. Let's see. I need a timeline. So today is Monday, April 5th, right? And he says the next event will be Friday, April the 9th for the next Coliseum event. We'll be making some preparations between now and then for that, to smuggle her out of the kingdom.
While you're making preparations, I do have a small bit of business to attend to on that day in the Coliseum. And then afterwards we will help.
Yes. Well, he says we're our goal is to smuggle her out during the final match of the day. That's when the highest attendance will be, and the most amount of people in the town will be there at that time. So we can offer you 500 gold to complete this task. What say you?
To smuggle a queen, well, a potential queen.
Fuck it, that's fine. I'm down.
500 gold.
I don't know, man. That sounds pretty light in the pockets there.
Yeah, it sounds pretty low.
I'm gonna look and be like, only if we gain favoritism with the potential future king.
He says, that's not something I can give you. We're acting against the king, technically.
No, the next potential king. Him, if he becomes king.
Oh, he won't. Well, he's third in line, and he's going to live on the other side away from everyone, so he's not.
Yeah, or I might somehow accidentally end up murdering 2 princes.
He says, certainly you will gain favor with the Duke of Ugrin. He is very fond of Darren. He's come to love him like his own son.
So access within the walls of the court in Ukraine?
He says, certainly we can grant that.
What do you think, guys?
I was in for the money.
That's true.
Do we
He
get
says,
the money and the access?
it's a mission of stealth. We're not looking to get caught. That would be very bad for us.
Super bad.
We're trying to sneak out as easy and simple as possible, and get them away from here. It's a mission of love. And Darren looks at you and he says, please, I cannot go on without her. I cannot live another day without my love.
Yeah, shut up, Derek.
We fail this mission, and you may not live long at all.
Why don't we just straight up do that tree thing?
That'd probably be the best idea, but you probably should put a tree down here.
Loud.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay, I'm in for that.
He says,
Tree thing should probably be put here.
Are you saying that out loud to the group?
Yeah.
He says, what is this tree thing you speak of?
Don't you worry about it.
Superior magic.
Yeah. Don't worry. If
I just hold up a seed and go, this is an ingredient of our escape route.
He says, if you have an alternate plan, then I must know. I have to be included.
What if we take her back to town? Ugrin.
He says,
Or
she
wherever
cannot
we
go
were.
back to Ugrin. They will look there.
Well, it might take them a while.
He says, certainly they could outrun us.
No.
I don't think you get her.
What if we had her there now?
What do you mean now?
So, let's say we could get her there in 5 minutes. You think you guys could plan a better escape route from Ugrin?
He says, what sorcery could have a person arrive such a distance in 5 minutes. It's 5
Superior
minutes.
magics!
He says, I've never heard of such a magic.
Do you want the help or not?
He says,
Yeah, no shit.
I would gladly take it, but
You've also never seen a fucking werewolf either, have you? Remember
Says-
that?
he says, I admit, but certainly werewolves are more believable than instant travel.
Kid, you
Assume
see
perchance
what's going
that it
on.
can in fact happen.
Then I must see it.
Cool with that?
I would welcome the opportunity, should it be real.
Okay.
Swear to God, dang, you're such a tool.
He said that he would welcome the opportunity if it was real. I don't think now he's asking us to show him because.
Well, no, he's going to want to see it before.
He
before
wants
it
to
happens.
see it is the
Oh
thing.
my god!
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. Either you trust us or you don't.
You hired us for a reason, man.
Let us do our job.
Or, you know, fuck Derek and his love.
Yep. What do you say, Derek? You want this
Darren,
tool to
his
speak
name's
for you?
Darren.
I don't care. Derek is right. What do you think? You want this
Charles,
tool
whatever.
to speak for you?
Darren
All
says,
jokes aside, we can get this done.
Well, Darren's like, I will do whatever it takes to be with my love.
Sounds good.
There
Alright.
you have it, fellas.
Then we're gonna need a patch of dirt somewhere near the Coliseum.
Ooh. Man.
Or if we can meet her somewhere else, that'd be even better.
So he says, well, she will not be outside of the inner walls again until that day. She goes on Mondays to the church, but she's escorted by a guard, which is how they were able to meet today. But the next time that she will leave the walls will be for the Coliseum match, which is why that's our only opportunity to grab her. So he pulls out a
That's
map.
fun.
He pulls a map of the area, and he sort of like shows you the area around the Coliseum. So like, there's the Coliseum, and so there is some amount of dirt and land you could probably plant in, like in this area. Although those areas during the day, anyways, are pretty like traveled, so you'd have to like probably do it at night, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's the plan.
The other option is just outside the wall here. Obviously, there's plenty of land, but that requires getting outside the wall, of course.
That requires going way too far.
Yeah.
So, let's get together, have the tiny dark one go plant the seed. Actually, we should both go, because don't we need both orbs to like super
The
grow it?
tiny dark
Yeah.
one, is that me?
No.
Well, you've got like, so today
Hey.
is Monday, right? The Coliseum event is on Friday, right? So you've got a few days before, like, to make plans and preparations too. So it's not like this has to happen like this moment.
I mean, if you can get it outside the wall, I'll just turn into a werewolf, put her on my back, and get there. You know I can get there. I'm faster than any guard.
So, like I said, he says, well,
I mean, it's gonna suck.
Well,
when a
that's
werewolf
true.
runs into the city.
That is pretty like show off. I'm trying not to.
We always show off,
and he says,
but okay.
he says, well, I obviously don't want to rush a plan either. Certainly, we can take time to discuss a fully formulated plan. So, and that's something like we don't even have to discuss the full plan now. We can discuss it, over like the course of the next 2 weeks, even outside of game, because
Yeah.
next week we're doing.
Yeah, we can easily take some time. Yeah.
Next week we're doing Danny's game, so we got plenty of time to figure it out, and then when we come back and we'll go, like, the characters decided that they're doing like this, right?
So why is this the first time I'm hearing about it being my game?
It's
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
first time.
Next week, you're the
First
game,
time I've heard about it.
the game that you run.
Both of y'all were probably drunk.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You probably forgot.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, we discussed
Oh,
last week.
well,
We're doing
yeah.
the
Yeah.
techno area or whatever. We're doing
Oh yeah,
Cyberpunk,
Cyberworld.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean,
I'm cool with it. I just don't remember it.
I'm fine
There's
with it too. I
reasons
just
why
don't
you
remember
totally
it.
discussed it. Oh my god. Okay.
I don't remember any of it, but that's cool, man. I'm
If it
down.
happened off camera, I did not get to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but next week we'll be doing.
That's a possibility that happened.
I straight up
off-camera.
even asked you, James, if I like said anything.
I don't remember that. Look, I don't think that was like. Hell, there's probably some stuff I don't remember.
Anyways, next week we're doing the Wonderful World of One Shot game.
Is everyone gonna be here for that?
I am.
Yeah,
Well, I need to know because if I remember correctly, Joel was the one that was out, and that's
Yeah.
why we played it.
Yeah, Joel will have to roll.
Oh, that's right.
We'll have to roll a
He
character.
was
So, so Joel will have
That's why those
to
characters
like
exist.
he'll have to build a random character that would fit into Cyberpunk World.
Oh,
Then
you
I'm
get to
fucking
build a.
out. I'm just messing with you up, Ian.
Oh, I was like, dang.
Wow.
Cut the
cold.
throat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, that was quick. He's like, nah.
So
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah,
you don't necessarily have to base it around Cyberpunk World, but it would fit easier.
So
I mean, our characters are not Cyberpunk World.
No, 'cause we came
Yeah,
from
they
the
just
world.
traveled to it. So it's possible you could be from literally anywhere or anything if you wanted to.
All right.
but yeah, we'll close out this game on sort of you guys
One more
at the.
thing at the end of this game. I pull Mist aside and tell him that I have a business in the Coliseum and that I'm asking if he'll come with me so I have access to my bank, basically.
Yeah, okay. No problems. I got business there too.
Awesome.
And so yeah, we'll close with you guys at the Krusty Krab devising your plan. Yep. And we'll say goodbye to stream. Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye, stream.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for our Wonderful World of One Shot game, where I get to be a player character. So excited!
I know you're excited.
Find out next time on Defy Dungeon.
On the far danger.
You mean Defy Danger?
I'm drunk tonight. We'll
Next
say that.
time on miscellaneously named stream. Anyway.
Yeah.
The Laura Lynn Defy